I'm Robert Weimer. I go by Bobby online. Very, very surprising, very clever alias. I play heavy for what used to be the Kids Next Door, which is my team I started about a year ago. We're called the Avengers now. We're in the UGC Platinum, which is the highest division of 9v9 in Team Fortress 2.
Aren't you on a Sixes team as well?
I am. I am on a probably not after this season, but I play medic in ESA Open for Little Scissors Pizza, which is the lowest division of the paid ESEA 6v6 league.
Okay, great. So when did you start playing TF2? Do you remember?
I bought Team Fortress 2 when it came out on Xbox back in '08.
On the orange box?
Yeah, I bought it in the orange box. I had no idea what I was doing. But I loved it. You know, I loved how the game functioned. I loved the classes. Did not play heavy then. But I did just play. I played every class. After finding out about the updates and everything that had been going on in the PC version, I bought it in '09 when I had a computer that could run it at about 3 frames per second. I still tried to play it. I still liked it. As little as I could. As all 3 frames a second I was seeing, I loved.
That's how it was for me before I got my desktop.
And then I ended up getting a laptop from my dad for school, and that could play it. And I had always been into the competitive scene. I had watched videos of it. And after I got used to the keyboard, I got into it.
So that's like EMG and stuff. That's like way back, right?
Oh yeah, I was I've been a Quantic fanboy for a long time.
That's
Even
crazy.
When I felt bad though, because when BP became the top team, it was like, oh, now it looked like a bandwagon.
Yeah, like Quantic EMG complexity. That's crazy.
Yep.
That's
I've always
so
been
long ago.
Yeah.
So oh yeah, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say something probably relating to what you're about to ask.
Okay, go ahead because maybe it's not.
No, I was just gonna say I wasn't as into it as I was now back then, because I would casually watch a cast or two from Sal TV or, you know, sometimes the XTV casts, but I didn't like sit down and watch everyone like I've done recently.
Yeah. Okay. So So you started playing competitively when you got your computer, which was when?
I actually started playing competitively on Xbox a little bit. I started a Sixes team on Xbox, a 6v6 team, on Xbox with my friends from here, from my town. That was 2010. We tried making a Sixes team. I played Pocket. Well, I mean, you really couldn't rocket jump on the Xbox, so it was more of the soldier that walked a little more than the other one. So I started playing on Xbox in 2010. That team did not pan out. We did a scrim or two. That's really all it turned out to. After that, then I started playing competitively about 6 months after I got my laptop.
Okay.
That was for a Highlander team named Egyptian Zodiac.
Season 8, right?
Season 8, UGC Highlander, yeah.
What season is Season 13 right now, right?
Yes, this season's season 13.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to talk about the teams that I was on, and like how I worked up, or was that going to be your next question?
Yeah, talk about your teams and what classes you played.
All right, so season 8, now at this point I had never played a PC FPS before, so I was coming into this completely. It's like trying to play on a Wii, basically, for me. Like, it was that much of a change. Like, I was trying to use a completely new control setup, completely different from what I've been used to on playing on consoles for years and years. I was 17 at the time. I played for 6 months. I just played in public matches for 6 months straight just to get used to the mouse and keyboard. And eventually I hit a point where it's like, alright, sometimes when I click my mouse, I hurt someone. Maybe I should look into competitive. And I figured, alright, let's do a class that I don't think needs that much aim. Pyro and Engineer. So I'm looking through these iron teams. All I see are like Spy, Sniper, like, ugh. And I just see Iron Team looking for most classes. Alright, cool. They probably need a Pyro and an NG. I add the leader, Kiwi Tiger. I talked to her a little bit. We play in a pub for a little bit more. She's like, alright, you know, I think you're good. You know, what classes are you looking for? I'm like, oh, I'm looking for Pyro and NG. She's like, oh, we have a Pyro and an NG. I'm like, alright. So I'd played a lot of Soldier on Xbox. So I suggested that I play Soldier. I pubbed as a soldier. She was impressed, and I ended up on that team. Team did not go very well. We had a lot of problems. We switched spies every week, like it was the drummer from Spinal Tap. Like we would just have a different problem with a different spy every week. And the season, there was a lot of issues with that team. All our practices were kind of, we didn't really learn anything because afterwards our Kiwi, the leader and engineer, would get upset, and then the Pyro, the co-leader and her boyfriend, would always kind of, we'd be thinking about what we did wrong, and he'd be like, you know what, guys, we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did if it wasn't for our engineer's amazing sentries, and then they would all go talk to each other on Skype or whatever they were doing. So after that season, we got a mentor for our team, someone who can watch our demos, watch our games, and review them with us. And after our game, he said that he thought that a couple of us on the team were really kind of being held back by, the other players on the team. I watched the demo with him, I agreed, and I left with a couple players on that team to form Kids Next Door, which was, that was Season 9, this team was made. Myself, I went to Heavy at this point, because I was pretty confident in at that point my aim had improved and I was fairly confident in my knowledge of the game. Because I had been playing for longer than a lot of other players at that level, because, I'd been watching competitive, I had been playing, Xbox 6s, I had experience in that point. So I went to Heavy in the off season between 8 and 9. From Egyptian Zodiac, I brought Stormarian, who's a longtime friend of mine. I brought Omniscient, aka Kevin. He played demo for us, Demo Man. And I brought, who else? I brought Sauce, who is still a friend of mine. They all played for Zodiac, and I brought them all with me to Kids Next Door. There's a lot of drama involved in the team switch, mostly with Kiwi and Tyler, the Pyro and NG, being very strange people. But that's all behind me. That's all behind us. And Kids Next Door stayed a season, and I stayed Heavy. There were some roster changes where I hopped around a little bit, but we stayed a team from Season 8 to Season 9, Season 11.
And then last season, you guys were you there last season?
Season 12?
Yeah.
This season? Like the season that just happened?
Yeah, you got second in gold, right?
Yes, we after Season 11, I joined Secondhand Mercenaries. I joined Secondhand Mercenaries in Season 11, and then after that season, I reformed Kids Next Door in gold, which is the second highest division. And we won second place with the roster we had. I'm really proud of them. Really proud of them.
I saw that. You guys were like, was it 4th or 8th seed? What seed were you guys?
8th seed. And we upset the first seed in the single elimination playoffs and came to get second place. It was really pretty crazy. Cool. Yeah, it was. If you can find the video, I can probably link it to you of that game. Our comms were a little silly. I was kind of screaming about halfway through. But yeah, we ended up getting second place, and this season, Moof, the sniper for Kids Next Door last season, wanted to make her own team with Overseer, who has been a long time platinum medic. She's a very good medic, one of the best in the game for Highlander. And they were gonna make their own team. I tried out for them as Heavy because they wanted to make the team in platinum. I got on the team, and Moof asked me to use the Kids Next Door roster, so I said whatever. I'm not gonna lead this team. So I gave the roster to them, and now technically Kids Next Door made it all the way from Steel to Plat in 4 seasons.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I played for a couple seasons, I think, on Kids Next Door.
You played Soldier in Season 9, the second half of the season, after we cut Adadir. And
Poor Adadir.
Yeah, rest in peace. And you played Sniper in Season 10.
That was
for the beginning of the season. Then you played Soldier in the end when we moved to G.
Yeah. That was a good idea. G's like freaking.
G. I think G is still playing, by the way. He's like a plat sniper basically now. Yeah. He isn't sniping in plat, but I think he has the capability to.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Okay, so why? So you just started playing Heavy and just kept with it?
I liked. Oh my god, my computer just went black. Sorry. I started playing Heavy because my weakness from then and even until now has been my aim. I mean, my aim has gotten a lot better. I consider myself to be a fairly good player now. Not to like the, comparing myself to an invite player, no, but just compared to the average Highlander or the average Sixes open player, I consider myself to be a fairly good player. But my aim has always been my weakness. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to put myself into a class a position that could make a difference in a combo because I felt like I had a better. This sounds cocky. I'm trying not to be cocky, but I felt like I had a good TF2 mind, but I didn't want to play medic. I didn't think I had the ability to play medic, and I'm not a good demo. So I put myself on heavy, and I found out I just love that class. I don't know what it is. What I've assumed after several seasons is that I prefer outthinking someone as opposed to out-aiming them. So as cool as it would have been if I had been practicing demo and I hit like sick pipes every once in a while, I'd rather be in a better position than someone else and beat them that way, as opposed to like just having clutch aim.
Instead of just being flashy, kind of.
Yeah, because you can attribute a good shot to luck. You can't attribute good positioning to luck unless the other person someone else is doing like a gimmick play against you.
That's a really good point.
It's hard. You can't really attribute positioning to luck most of the time.
Yeah, that's something. That's a new perspective I haven't heard before.
That's why I like playing heavy. Also,
Okay.
I like having a lot of health and doing a lot of damage. It's pretty cool too.
So, outside of TF2, do you play anything else?
You mean like when you say like video game wise or?
Well, I was gonna move on to like just in general in a sec, but yeah, let's just start with that.
Competitively, I've played Guitar Hero in tournaments. I've played Monday Night. I played Monday Night Combat in a draft tournament a while ago. I actually used to be considered one of the better snipers in that game on the forums for that game, but I stopped playing for a while and kind of went out of practice. My old gamer tag was Unicorn Sunshine. I remember I used to have some sniper duels with some of the better people on there. But I used to play Monday Night Combat in tournaments. I played Guitar Hero in tournaments. I feel like I was part of a Rock Band tournament once, but I didn't pan out so much. I'm just trying to think.
Wait, so how compared to TF2, which isn't like super big competitively, how big is Monday Night Combat? How big is the scene?
Oh god. Don't even worry about it. It's not. No, it was like a little draft tournament we did on the forums for the game. The game had a decent following for a while, but nothing like TF2. Nothing like TF2.
Yeah.
TF2 is actually one of the bigger FPSs right now, behind Counter-Strike.
Yeah, but it's an FPS, which most people like. Or MOBAs are more popular. And
but MOBAs and RTSs.
StarCraft, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the bigger PC FPSs. Call of Duty obviously has their Red Bull, Monster, Esport, Extreme, tap out inspired scene on the consoles, but the main popularity for PC FPS seems to be in Counter-Strike and TF2 right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Mostly Counter-Strike.
What do you think is gonna? What direction do you think TF2 is gonna go in? Do you think it's gonna? I'm optimistic about it, but
I am as well. I think it's really hard to tell. We're in kind of a transitional period right now for 6v6 at least. With the split between ESEA and CEVO. What we have to do right now is everyone has to go behind one league. Either everyone has to go back to ESEA, or everyone has to rally behind CEVO. It didn't have to happen. It doesn't have to happen right away. It will have to happen soon. Thankfully, CEVO had the time to have that one season to prove themselves. Everyone kind of saw that there weren't that many problems, and the problems that they did have are going to be able to be worked out. I.e.,
right. Like their
client.
client.
EG, not IE. For example, the client, the rescheduling issues, which make it very easy to kind of screw someone out of a forfeit win. Some of those issues are able to be fixed. I'm sure the admins just have to look at it, possibly at a case-by-case basis, but because TF2 has a smaller scene, it will be easier to do that. But basically, the 6v6 community will have to stand behind one league, and I think it can only grow. There's the biggest NA LAN, basically ever, is happening in a couple months. That's basically definitely going to happen.
Is it really? I didn't know about that one. I guess I'll have to look it up or something.
Yeah, that's GXL. It's happening in Pennsylvania. I actually went last year. But
Oh yeah.
It was pretty fun, but it's going to be a lot better this year. There's a lot more people. Sorry.
So
And in terms of Highlander, sorry, I'm rambling. In terms of Highlander, it's only going to grow. As the people who love TF2 and play it every day, eventually they're going to hit a point where they feel like they want to improve their game, and it can only grow from there.
Yeah, I don't think very many people are gonna leave TF2 because it's so unique and there's nothing really else to compare it with or replace it with. But
I think some people might eventually, because they're going to hit that point where they feel like they've peaked in the competition, or they find they like the competition more than the game, and then they might try to move to a more competitive game, Dota, CS, something that might have a future for them, quote unquote, supposedly. But some people might find that they like the competition more than the game and move on. But for those people who actually love the game, there's no reason to ever leave.
yeah, exactly, because it's like big enough for tournaments or leagues and stuff. I'm just really hopeful that it'll like get to the part where people can start playing it competitively or like as a living, and then it'll get really big, and I'm just excited about that.
I don't know if
maybe.
that will ever happen, but the community as of now is full of fantastic people. I mean, there are a few rotten eggs around. There always will be in any community, but
yeah, just take a room of 1,000 people, and there's gonna be...
there's gonna be that one. Is this for a school project?
No.
There's gonna be that one shithead just in the room no matter what.
Yeah.
But you know, there's always there's hope, but I don't think it has the possibility to get that big. But it definitely has potential to be. It's like you get a bag of balloons, and it comes with like a jumbo balloon. TF2 is like a half-inflated regular balloon, and like the other esports might be like the jumbo balloon. Like there's still room to expand before it pops yet.
Yeah.
It's definitely nowhere near popping or floating to your ceiling.
That's a good analogy.
I didn't need to say the jumbo balloon part. I don't know why I did.
Yeah, whatever happened. I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any shoutouts or any other things that you want to point out?
Shout out to Stormarian. I was trying to come up with a middle name for him. He has been by my side in TF2 from Season 8 halfway through, when he joined to stop the never-ending cycle of spies that were joining Zodiac. I've been on a team with him from then until this season, which has been a year and a half.
It's crazy.
Year and a half, yeah. After this season, I will have been in playing TF2 Highlander for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Shit. It's been a while. I'd say to Stormarian, and of course, shout out to the Avengers.
Yeah,
which is
I want to give a shout out to Lou.
Oh, Big Lou.
Big Lou.
I hope he's excited for this season. The Flog might be unbanned.
Oh man. That is. Oh man.
He's not playing Pyro in Avengers, but I think if Flog's unbanned, he might try to find a team.
That's exciting. I'm looking forward to that happening.
Yeah, it'll be pretty exciting. But yeah, that's really it.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Alright, no problem.
Shit, what do I say at the end of interviews?
Good night and good luck.
Good night and good luck. Whatever that means.
It's some old news reporter.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So you could just, I don't know. You could tell him thanks for being here, Bobby. Oh, you're welcome, Tofu.
Oh,
Anytime.
yeah. Thanks for being here, Bobby.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you! Appreciate it. Thank you, Doctor!
Idiot! Get on the point! Doctor!